Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of the New Day with Natalie podcast. I am your host, Natalie Louise. So in today's episode, we are going to be talking about what your avoidant ex was thinking and feeling right before they broke up with you. So this episode is for all of you that have experienced a breakup with an avoidantly attached person and you're just trying to get some answers and understand what the hell just happened, why did it happen to me, and can I prevent this from happening again in the future, okay? Because trust me, I've been there, I know what you're experiencing, and just finding some answers can give you some peace and help you sleep at night. So let's get into it. Avoidantly attached people disengage from the relationship way before they actually break up with you, okay? So it starts like this. You're in a relationship with an avoidant attached person. It's amazing. The honeymoon phase is spectacular. You are in love. You guys both are convinced you found your person, okay? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they start to act a little different. They start to act like they're distancing themselves from you. They're not texting you as much, no more dates. They're not really wanting to hang out on Saturdays because they're too tired or busy or sleeping or whatever. And you're starting to wonder, like, what is going on, okay? So when they start to act different, they are essentially emotionally disengaging from the relationship. Why? Because there came a point in your relationship where they felt like there was too much pressure and commitment that would be required to maintain the relationship into the future. And so your avoidant partner said, you know what? I don't think I can physically be in a long-term committed relationship. So I am just going to physically be in the relationship, but emotionally disengage. And the thing is, they, like, avoidantly attached people truly believe that by still being in the relationship with you, they are doing you a favor because they're still there. They're not hurting you. And it's almost like they're letting you down easy. Okay. That's the thought process. Now, the thing is, when they emotionally disengage, you probably are incredibly aware, if you have anxious attachment, that your avoidant partner doesn't really want to be with you anymore. They're not acting the same. They aren't talking to you the same. You feel like the connection is gone, the vibes are gone, everything is gone, and you're freaking out. And so your reaction is, okay, I am going to get super clingy. I am going to literally claw my nails into their back so that they cannot move and they will not break up with me, okay? Obviously, that's not literal, but you start to text them more. You start to want to see them more. You start to, give them more love, give them the things that you think that they need. But in reality, it's what you would need, because if you felt sad, you would want them to text you more. You would want them to love you more, hug you more, touch you more. But that's not what they want because they've emotionally disengaged. Remember, they're physically in the relationship, but emotionally gone, okay? Then at this point, your avoidantly attached partner, because you guys were still dating at this point in time, started to feel like they were claustrophobic. They started to feel like they were not interested in you. Okay, they're not attracted to you. The conversations aren't stimulating. It's just not the same anymore. I just don't, like, this is what they're thinking. I just don't know if I could see us being in a long-term relationship anymore. It's like we're kind of wanting different things, and like I'm not physically or sexually attracted to you anymore. So I don't think this is going to work. They've already set the tone within their mind at this point in time. And that's what they're thinking. And that is why they start to emotionally disengage. So the more and more they distance themselves from you, they're just validating those facts that they are saying to themselves in their head. Like, I'm not attracted to you. The further away you get, it's like, you know what? From over here, I don't see you anymore. I just see pictures of you, or I just hang out with you like once a week. And yeah, I'm not attracted to you. I don't like the way you talk. I don't like our conversations. This just isn't right. Okay. So the more and more distance that's placed in between you guys, the more and more your avoidant partner is thinking, yeah, like this is not going to work. And avoidantly attached people can even start to feel like, you know what? You're not the person for me. There's got to be someone better. There's got to be someone that checks every single box that I have for like my person. And like you were so close, but you're just not it. So they will, like, that could also be the rationale for breaking up with you, because like could be someone better. I don't know who, but like someone out there could be better. Or the flip side, they could start thinking about an ex. So it's called like the phantom ex, where they think about their ex and they're like, they are the ones for me. I wish I saw it. I wish I saw it when we were together, but now I do. Now that I'm with this new person, which I'm about to break up with, aka you, now I see it that I need to be with this other person, this ex, right? So again, these are other rationales that your avoidant partner or ex was experiencing before they broke up with you. So as the relationship started to come to a close, your avoidant partner was starting to feel really overwhelmed with the amount of closeness that was in your relationship. So again, if you were like texting and trying to set up dates and just trying to be all lovey-dovey, like trying to make them happy, like again, that's what you probably wanted from them. They were starting to feel like, okay, this is way too much. You are way too clingy. They might have even told you that. And that is probably something you will hold with you for the rest of your life. Like, if I just wasn't clingy, then it would have worked out, which like, no, that's not the case at all. They would have felt closeness from you with anything that you would have done at that point in time, because they've already agreed to themselves, you know what, this is it, I'm done. Okay. So they will start to show a lot of disinterest to you, and they will show interest to their friends that they really don't care about. Okay. Or just different things in their life that take a priority over you that never did before. So like their neighbor that they never see has like a party, and they're like, you know what, I can't see you because my neighbor is having this party. And so you're like, what are you talking about? Or just like lack of sleep. They need to sleep all Saturday and they can't see you at all this weekend. And so it makes you feel like you're being dropped because before you guys took naps together, but now they have more interest in being alone and sleeping than being with you. Or like spending time with friends that they're really not that close with, etc. Working on the business, going to the gym, whatever. Like they will fill up their schedule so that they don't have to feel a thing, because in their mind it's like they've already broken up with you. Right before the avoidant breaks up with you as well, they will feel this intense desire to want to be alone. Like they want to feel single. They want to feel like they are free. They want to feel like they can do whatever they want. And being with you in this relationship feels like they're stuck. It feels like this label of like boyfriend and girlfriend, or like, you know, fiance, or like whatever your situation is. They feel like because that label is on the relationship, they no longer can do whatever they want. They have no freedom, and it feels like they're in like a jail cell. And so they just want to break free. They just want to get out of it. And they want to feel like themselves again. They want to feel like they have control over their life. They want to feel like they don't have to like babysit you and like have responsibility of monitoring your emotional well-being and state. And so they just want to be free. This is how it works. The avoidantly attached person in the initial stage of your relationship is very much into you. Both of you guys are attracted. Both of you are totally in. It's like the honeymoon phase. It's amazing. Then when your partner gets to the point of, this is too much, I'm feeling overwhelmed, they then enter into the withdrawal stage. And this is when your partner starts to act completely different. They're not interested in you. Their thoughts in their mind are basically saying like, I'm not attracted to you. I don't like our conversations. I don't like this relationship. And all of those reasons are basically backing up their decision to break up with you at some point. The honeymoon stage, and then the I'm overwhelmed, this is crazy, too much, oh my gosh stage, and then the withdrawal stage, and then they actually break up with you. So you're probably wondering like, okay, why does the avoidantly attached person emotionally disengage in the first place? Like if they could just talk to me and tell me what they need, then maybe we could work things out, right? And yeah, on the surface, it seems like that would be the answer, but for avoidantly attached people, it's challenging to be aware of those needs and voice those needs and ask for help for someone else to meet those needs from their perspective. These things you probably already know, but avoidantly attached people need space, and they need to feel like they are in control in order to feel safe. So if they don't have space, if they don't have time to be alone and just do their own thing on a Saturday sometimes, or just like not text you all week, or like get home from work and just like rot on the couch and eat food. If they don't have the freedom to do that, they are going to not feel safe and comfortable in the relationship. And so if you don't feel safe in a situation, what do? You run away, you get out, you escape, right? So that's what's going on with your avoidant partner. Same thing with control. If the avoidant individual does not feel like they have control over their life, over their time, over their schedule, over the people in their life, over the things they do in their day, over the things they do in their free time, that is going to make them feel uncomfortable. It's almost like they're a control freak in a way, okay? I think we all are in some sense, but avoidantly attached people, it hits different, okay? So if you start to plan dates, if you're like, well, what are you doing on Wednesday? I want to FaceTime you. Or what are you doing this day? I want to go on a date with you. Or like, I just want to cuddle on this day. They will start to feel like you are eating up their schedule. Even though in the beginning, the initial honeymoon stage, like I said, everything was good and grand and like they wanted to be with you. They were the ones pursuing you. It flips because they felt triggered. They felt the pressure. They felt overwhelmed. They felt like there was a commitment that they weren't able to actually meet. And so as a result, they push back and they're like, I don't know if I can do this. I need to feel safe. And so what do? They do the thing that makes them feel safe, which is distance and regaining control over their life. So they will feel like if you are becoming too clingy, if you are getting too much in their space and too close, they will kind of do a reflection like, okay, so when was I happy, secure, and in control last in my life? And they'll be like, oh yeah, before I met you. And like, I know this is like hard to hear, but it's the truth. It's like, okay, you could do this for anything. Like, okay, when was I happy, free, and felt really alive in my life? And you could be like, well, before I got this god-awful job and had this terrible boss. And so it's like, okay, well, what would you do to control that situation and make things different? Well, I would quit my job and find a new job with a better boss, right? So that's basically what your avoidant partner is doing. And like, you've probably done that as well for different things in your life, but that's kind of their mindset. And so they think, well, before I met you, I had more control. I felt more peace. And like, it was nice getting to know you, but I don't think I like the romance stuff. So like, they almost like pick apart. It's like the romantic stuff and like all the intimacy things and like going on dates and all that versus the communication, the like positive vibes they feel, the good energy that you bring, and just like having you as someone they could call in their life. They think that they could pull those things apart. Like, you are both of those things, part one, part two. But you are like, I am both. Like, that is, both of those things make our relationship. You can't have one without the other. But your avoidant partner is like, listen, I have an idea. You could still be in my life. Like, we could be in each other's life. We could talk. We could text. We could hang out without doing any of the intimacy things, without touching, without calling each other boyfriend, girlfriend, without the labels, without any of the things that you want. What do you say? That's kind of where they're coming from, because again, they're just trying to meet their own needs, and their needs are, I need to feel safe. I need to feel like I'm in control, and I have the space I need to feel good. Does that make sense? Your avoidant partner is just so overwhelmed, and they are struggling to communicate with you the fact that they want space and they don't feel good and they don't know what to do and they don't know how to tell you. So they just say nothing because they don't want to hurt you. They care about you. They really care about you, but they also care about themselves, and that takes the priority. Like, when I got dumped by that one avoidantly attached guy, he literally looked me in the eyes and said, "You are not my priority number one." And I was like, okay, well, thanks for being completely direct with me now. Like, why couldn't you have told me that like months ago when that became an idea in your head, you know? But again, sometimes it's just hard for avoidantly attached people to say it. And let's face it, you watching this video right now, you probably have anxious attachment, and you also probably have a hard time speaking what you're feeling, right? Like, how long did it take you to actually tell your partner that you felt like they were pulling away, like they were acting different? You delayed that conversation for so long because you were so afraid that they would reject you if you said that to them, and they would be like, you know what, you're right, I am distant because I don't like this relationship, it's over, peace out. That was your fear. So your fears are literally controlling you, okay? And it's not just the avoidant, it is you too. It is both of you. You guys are both a part of the problem, but you are also both part of the resolution, the solution, the journey of, you know what? This is where I am. Let's grow together. Like that could be your reality for your next relationship, or maybe you take some time off for a bit. But anyway, I digress. Let's talk about this anxious avoidant relationship dynamic, okay? Because it's going to help you understand what your avoidant partner was thinking and feeling during the relationship and then right before they broke up. So you as the anxious individual, you are constantly seeking reassurance and validation from your partner. If they don't give that to you, your attachment system is triggered. You start freaking out. You are panicking that they are going to leave you. Okay. So it could be something so subtle, right? Like they don't touch you while you watch a movie. It's like we were sitting next to each other the entire time. They didn't put their hand on my leg. What is going on? They do not like me. They are going to break up with me. Oh my God. And so you are seeking reassurance from them in that moment that they still love you, that they still want to be with you, that they aren't going anywhere, yet they do not give that to you. So your attachment system is triggered. You are like, red flag alert. This is not good. Oh my God, this is the end. And so you are in panic, right? Now, on the flip side, your avoidant partner needs space, okay? They need space and they need little time with you in order to feel happy in the relationship. They need space from you, not necessarily because they don't like you, but because that's just what they need to feel safe. You need reassurance and validation and touching and kissing and loving and all of that from your partner to feel safe and secure. Your avoidant partner doesn't. They need space. They need distance. They want to be with you every so often, but not a lot. And so that's what they need to feel safe. Now, if you start coming too close to them, planning too many things with them, texting them too much, calling them too much, giving too much love, they can interpret that as feeling overwhelmed, suffocated, like this is too much, okay? And so then they are frustrated and not satisfied in the relationship, right? And so in that dynamic, it's just a constant cycle of one person is not satisfied, and so they claw or like push the other partner to make them give that person what they need. But then you trigger that partner, the other partner, and that partner's like, wait a second, I'm not happy. This isn't what I want. And so then they run away and the other partner starts running after them. Like, where are you going? Come back. And the other partner runs faster and gets away. And that's the avoidant partner, right? And so it's just this cycle. It's a constant cycle of one person chasing the person that's running away. And then it flips, right? The roles reverse typically after the breakup, after you, the anxious, gets over the avoidant and you're like, fine, it happened, whatever. Hallelujah, I'm free of this person. I'm done. I'm moving on. Day one starts tomorrow. And I'm not even kidding. At midnight, you get a text from your ex and they're like, hey, what's up? I'm back. What's going on? And then you start running, like after that, because you ran away, they started chasing you. The minute they send you a text to like get the relationship pumping again, you start chasing them and they start running away. So it's like this cycle over and over and over and over again. And that is why the dating scene in 2025 is so messed up, because we are constantly attracting the opposite attachment style into our life because we admire the qualities that these people have that are underdeveloped within ourselves. But again, if we can become aware of our actions, of our emotions, our behaviors, and understand like why we get triggered by certain things and what we need in order to feel safe and happy and secure, and give those things to ourselves, and also find a partner that also wants to give them to us, and vice versa, and find a partner that you trust and love and respect and want to be with, but also you can be by yourself, and also like you have the same long-term goals, and I could go on. If you can find that, that is how we fix this problem. Okay. Also, my book could help you as well. How to become securely attached and get over your avoidant ex. Shameless plug, but that one is on Amazon if you're interested. Avoidantly attached people struggle with a lot of things. They struggle with putting a label on a relationship because they claim that they are not the relationship type. They cannot physically be with someone long term because then they will feel stuck. They will feel like they need to get out. They will feel like there has to be an escape. They can't be in this thing. So they claim I am not the relationship type. So every time a relationship ends, they then validate this belief, this self-identifying belief that they are not the relationship type. That cycle continues over and over and over again. They also believe that their inability to connect to their emotions, to other people, to a committed relationship is just the way that they are. And they can never change the fact that they cannot be vulnerable. And so every time they feel this need to be vulnerable, maybe you got into a fight, maybe you're sharing a lot of emotional things, they are like, I can't do that. This is not for me. If that's where this relationship is going, I'm out. Okay. Avoidantly attached people also are really, they steer away from therapy or self-reflection or just, again, being vulnerable in any way, shape, or form, because you have to discuss the past. You have to unpack things that you probably did not want to unpack or ever unpack. And so if being in this relationship means I need to unpack the past and talk about things that I do not want to talk about, then this relationship is over. Okay. Like, again, that's the mindset. And it could be because, you know, when they were younger, they learned that emotions were bad. Maybe their parents acted out, got really mad at them when they were younger, blamed them for things they weren't responsible for. And so they learned, okay, if anyone ever gets emotional and around me, they're going to start blaming me. And so I am just going to exit the scene as soon as someone gets emotional. They also might have tried to be vulnerable or ask for help from their parents when they were younger and they were neglected. Maybe they were just pushed aside, or maybe sometimes the parents did give them attention, but it wasn't enough for them to feel like they were loved. So they learned, okay, I'm never going to lean on anyone else, because when I do that, it doesn't end well. I don't get the help I need. I don't get the attention that I need. So I'm just not going to lean on other people. The end. With that, avoidantly attached people learn that, okay, when I do feel those emotions, or when I do feel like I am frustrated about something, or if I ever feel like I'm falling in love with someone, emotions are bad. I need to get rid of them. And so what they do, like, that's their mindset. So they just push them down. They numb all emotions so much so that they don't have to feel it. So that when there is a fight and you guys are both talking about your sides, they're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Which is basically, I'm numbing all emotions, anger, frustration, fear, sadness. I am numbing all emotions so that I don't feel a thing. And when you don't feel a thing, you are numb. And when you push down emotions so much, what do you think happens when the smallest of things frustrates you? You burst, you explode, you get so frustrated because you've pushed down so many things for so long. You don't even remember the reason why you were frustrated about something. But one little thing could trigger you and bring you back to the past and make you remember why you felt that way when you were a kid and you were 5 years old and your mom was yelling at you and blaming you for something. Just like your girlfriend was blaming you today for not putting the clothes away after they got out of the washer. And so it's like, maybe that was why. Because you pushed so many emotions down that now little things trigger you. Little things like saying I love you in a relationship triggers you. Little things like touching your partner triggers you, because that shows that you're vulnerable. That shows that you're leaning on someone too much. You're asking for trust and respect from someone, and in the past that hasn't done well for you. So doing small things like touching your partner, doing nice things for your partner, scary, uncomfortable, numb emotions so you feel nothing. Does that make sense? That in itself leads to deep and intense loneliness, because imagine how lonely it is when you can't lean on anyone else or share your story with anyone else because you fear being vulnerable. You fear being open. You fear being your authentic self. And so when you finally find someone that you can kind of open up with, aka you, and have these deep conversations with this person and feel like you're safe with them, that is incredible. That's why your connection in the beginning was so intense and beautiful, because they felt like they could be open with you. They felt like they could be safe in your arms and safe in this relationship. And then they just had this waking moment, probably a triggering moment, a very small thing that just made them realize, too much, can't do this. And they like automatically go back into this, emotions are bad, relationships are bad, I can't do relationships, I can't be vulnerable, push down emotions, do not feel anything, that's when I'm safe, isolate, be alone, don't tell them what's going on, figure it out on your own because that's all that you know. Does that make sense? So avoidantly attached people, like if you talk to them and you're just like, okay, tell me what's going on, like let's talk about it, or like let's go, sign up for a therapy session, like let's go do that. So if you ask your partner, like, let's sign you up for therapy, like let's help you work through these struggles together. This is the thing. Avoidantly attached people will, number one, fear being vulnerable, not want to go into their past and tell a random stranger what's going on, because that means you have to uncover some very painful truths about yourself. And you have to be willing and ready to dig into that past when you go to therapy to actually get what you want out of it. And for most avoidantly attached people, that is a scary, scary, uncomfortable thing. So you have to have a professional that really understands avoidant attachment and understand where they are coming from in order to be successful with therapy. Here's the thing. If you've gotten to this point in the video and you're like, okay, well, what the hell do I do? Like if you have that avoidant attachment style or someone with an avoidant attachment, your ex, then this is what you can do to work on healing your avoidant attachment, okay? Because it can feel like you're so alone, you just don't know what to do and no one gets it. I get it. I'm here for you. This is what you should do. When you're in a relationship the next time, tell your partner the minute you feel like you're getting stressed out, you're feeling too much, you're feeling like they're getting too close, ask your partner for space. Tell them, listen, I want to be open with you. I want to be direct with you. And so I'm telling you right now, I need space. I need space for a couple of days. I need space. I don't want to talk for a couple of days. I need to regroup. Can you respect that for me? And when you do that, you are not only being very open with your partner and actually bringing both of you guys closer together because you're being so honest, but also you're getting your needs met so that you feel safe and secure in the relationship. Does that make sense? Like, that is how you make it work. You give yourself what you need. You ask your partner to give you the space, and then you give yourself the space, and then you regroup when it's time and you feel ready. So that's one thing you could do. I'll make a whole nother video on how to break the cycle, how to heal the avoidant attachment. Truly, like the moment the avoidant attached individual feels like they want to emotionally disengage, it's important to ask for space from your partner so that both people are aware and both people can respect each other's needs. That relationship dynamic, anxious avoidant, it can work. It 100% can work, but it does require a lot of communication, a lot of patience, and a lot of love. So if you can, if you have all those things, you can definitely make the relationship work. So that is it for this episode, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have an anxious attachment style and you want to become more secure or get over your avoidant ex, I recommend reading my book, How to Get Over Your Avoidant Ex and Become Securely Attached. It's on Amazon. Also, if you have a very specific relationship problem, maybe you just went through a breakup with your avoidant ex, maybe you have avoidant attachment style and you want to become more secure or work through your problems, feel free to sign up for a video call, one-on-one coaching call with me, okay? We can jump on a Zoom call together and talk through anything you want to discuss, okay? I'll leave a link for that one down below as well. That is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, you guys.